The first trade takes 11 seconds to place. You stare at it for 40 minutes. $250 in, Euro USD. No real reason. You saw someone on YouTube make $5,000 in a morning and the chart looked the same. Green, up 3.2%. You don't celebrate, you just refresh. It's still there. $258.80. You screenshot it. You don't send it to anyone, you just save it, lock your phone, and sit in the blue light thinking about the next one. Nobody told you this is where it starts. Level 1, the beginner. You open a demo account first. Sensible, that's what the forums say. You make $18,000 in 2 weeks on the demo. The demo doesn't teach you anything real. It teaches you that you're good at this. That's the first lie the market tells you, and you believe it before it even opens its mouth. You deposit $500 into a live account on a Tuesday. The spread alone costs you $3.80 before your first trade executes. You didn't know spreads existed. You close the tab, reopen it. The position is already $9 down. You hold. It doesn't come back. First loss, $54. You're back in 3 days with $300 more. Your mom asks what you're doing on the computer so much. Just learning stuff, you say. She nods. She's seen this before. Not this specifically, but the face of someone who found something. You lose that $300 in 6 days. You don't tell her. You open a new account. Level 2, the believer. The course costs $347. The guy selling it drives a white Range Rover. He films himself in Dubai. He says things like the banks don't want you to know this, and this strategy has a 78% win rate, and you know, somewhere quiet in you, that it's probably not real, but you buy it anyway, because what if? The strategy is called Smart Money Concepts. You study it for 3 weeks. Support and resistance, order blocks, liquidity grabs. The language makes you feel like you're learning a different alphabet. You open a new account, $1,000 this time, saved from overtime. Week 1, up $380. You message a guy called Devlin from the course Discord. Bro, this is working. He sends back a screenshot of his own trade, $2,100 in a single session. You just have to be patient, he says. You are not patient. You over-leverage on a Friday session, non-farm payrolls, high volatility. The course said avoid news events. You trade the news event, minus $840 in 4 minutes. You sit very still. You don't move for a while. Coffee goes cold, phone lights up twice, Devlin probably. You don't check. Account 2, gone. You open account 3 with $600 and tell yourself this one is different. It isn't. By month 4, you've spent $2,400 on courses, subscriptions, and funded account fees. You've made back $510 of it. You start a spreadsheet, not to track trades, to track everything you've spent trying to learn. You don't finish the spreadsheet. Level 3, the grinder. You stop buying courses. You start watching price for hours without trading, just watching. The London session, the New York Open, the overlap at 1 p.m. when volume spikes and spreads tighten. You notice things. Cable spikes at 8 a.m. most Thursdays. Euro USD respects the 50 EMA more than people admit. The market hunts obvious levels, the ones everyone marks, before going where it was already going. You build a system. Simple. 2 confluences, 1 time frame, 1 session only. You start journaling every trade. Not the losses. Everyone journals losses when they're motivated. You journal the wins too. You look for what they have in common. You start waking up at 6:30 without an alarm. This is when it gets dangerous. Not because you're losing, because you're not. Month 7, up $340. Month 8, up $510. Month 9, flat. 2 bad weeks, recovered. Month 10, up $670. Small numbers, but consistent. Your friend Jay asks if you're still doing the trading thing. Yeah, you say. Is it working? You think about the spreadsheet, the $2,400, the 3 blown accounts. You say, starting to. Jay nods. He's moved on. New job, talking about a mortgage. The conversation shifts. You're thinking about Monday's session. Level 4, the consistent. You have a rule, 1% risk per trade. You have a rule, no trading during high-impact news. You have a rule, 3 losses in a day, you close the platform. You follow the rules. 11 months in a row, you follow the rules. The account sits at $9,200, started at $2,000. It doesn't feel like $9,200, it feels like a number on a screen that you've watched grow so slowly that you've stopped believing it's real money. Then you withdraw $1,000. It hits your bank account in 2 days. You stare at the balance. It's real. You put $800 back in, keep $200. You don't buy anything with the $200, you just leave it there. Proof. At this level, you have a routine so locked it's almost frightening. 6:30 wake, coffee, same mug, same amount. Platform open by 7:10 a.m. Economic calendar checked. Watch list set. London session observed for 20 minutes before entering. 1 or 2 trades, sometimes 0. You're gone by 11 a.m. People think you're doing nothing with your mornings. You don't correct them. There's a guy on a forum, username MakoFX, who's been consistently profitable for 3 years. He posts a screenshot of his monthly statement, $47,000 in a single month. You stare at it for a long time, not with jealousy, with something colder than that. You do the math. His account size must be significant. The percentage is similar to yours. You're doing the same thing, just smaller. You think, what if I scaled? You don't act on it yet, but the thought is there now, and thoughts like that don't leave. Level 5, the leveraged. You apply for a prop firm account, $50,000 in simulated capital, pass a 2-phase challenge, 10% profit target, 5% max drawdown. If you pass, they give you the account. Real money, real splits, real pressure. The challenge costs $449. You pass phase 1 in 3 weeks. You fail phase 2 on day 19. 1 bad trade. You are up 8.7%, 9 trades away from finishing, and you traded outside your session because you were bored. $449, gone. You buy another challenge. You pass both phases. The email arrives on a Friday morning. Congratulations, your funded account is now active. $50,000. You place your first trade on the funded account and your hands are doing something strange. Not shaking exactly, just slightly too precise, like you're moving carefully in a room where you could break something. First month, plus $3,400. Your split, 80%. $2,720 in your account inside 30 days. You start thinking in different units. If 50K makes 3K, what does 200K make? You apply for a second prop account, and a third. By month 4, you're managing $140,000 across 3 accounts. You make $7,800 in a month. You also lose $4,300 of your own money funding the challenges and scaling fees. You don't do that math out loud. The phone is face down more now, not intentional, just habit. Devlin messages from the Discord. You haven't spoken in 8 months. You still trading? He asks. Yeah, you say. Any good? You look at the 3 screens, the open positions, the drawdown meter sitting at 2.3% on account 2. Getting there, you say. You put the phone face down again. Level 6, the professional. You get introduced to someone through a mutual contact. His name is Carver. He doesn't have a job title that makes sense, something about capital allocation and managed accounts. You meet him once at a coffee shop near the financial district. He orders water. He's watched your verified track record on my FX book. 14 months, 4.1% average monthly return, max drawdown 6.8%. That's a fundable track record, he says. You already knew that. He offers you access to a proprietary account, $200,000, real institutional capital, quarterly audit, hard stop at 8% drawdown. If you breach it, account pulled, relationship ends. You say yes before he finishes explaining the terms. You go home, sit at the desk. You place no trades that afternoon, just watch the charts. The numbers are the same, the patterns are the same, your rules are the same, but something shifted the moment you said yes to $200,000 that isn't yours. A week in, you're up 1.8%. Small, correct, conservative. 2 weeks in, Carver sends a message, just numbers. Account standing, plus $3,600. Noted. That's it. No praise, no acknowledgement, just noted. You realized you wanted praise. You don't get it here. Month 2, plus 2.3%. Month 3, minus 0.7%. Bad week. You tighten everything. Month 4, plus 3.1%. You haven't spoken to your sister in 6 weeks, not because of a fight, because she called twice during the London session and you were in a position, and you let it ring and then it felt too late to call back. She texts, "You good?" You type, "Yeah, sorry, been busy, talk soon." You send it, lock the phone, return to the chart. The position closes, plus $910. You feel nothing particular. That's new. Level 7, the operator. Word gets around, not loudly, quietly, the way money moves, through suggestions over dinners you're not at, in conversations you hear about afterwards. 3 people want you to manage their capital: a dentist, a property developer, a woman who inherited money and doesn't know what to do with it. $620,000 combined. You set up properly, registered, compliance consultant, legal fees $18,000, accounting fees ongoing. You're a business now. The dentist emails every Friday, not asking anything specific, just checking in. You learn to reply on Friday afternoons with a short update. Week was stable, position sizing conservative, no significant drawdowns. That's enough. He needs to hear it. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. This week it is. But some weeks it won't be. The property developer is different. He's done deals. He understands volatility as a concept, but not as an experience. The first time you're down 3% across 2 weeks, he calls. "Should I be worried?" "No," you say. "You sure?" "Yes." He goes quiet. "Okay," he says. "You're the professional." That word lands differently than it used to. You manage the drawdown, you recover, you send the monthly report, numbers are green. He doesn't apologize for the call, you didn't expect him to. Mako FX posts on the forum. He's shutting down his accounts, just gone. Post says, taking a break from markets, no explanation. You stare at it for a moment. You close the tab. The woman who inherited money, her name is Catherine, she asks you once over a brief phone call what you actually do all day. You think about how to explain it. "I watch for specific conditions, and when they appear, I act. When they don't, I wait." Silence. "That's it," she says. "That's it." Another silence. "Sounds lonely," she says. You tell her the returns are on track. She doesn't bring it up again. You turn the phone face down, sit in the quiet. 6 monitors casting pale light across the room. The chart moves the way it always moves, indifferent, mechanical, without opinion. You've been doing this for 4 years. You can't remember what you thought about before this. Level 8, the exit. You don't decide to stop, it just starts to slow. A bad quarter, not catastrophic, but bad. Drawdown across accounts, 11%. You recover 7% of it. The dentist moves his capital. No drama, he just emails, polite, reassessing my portfolio strategy. That's it. $190,000 gone in a Wednesday email. You sit with that for a while. You don't trade the next morning, or the morning after. You tell yourself it's a reset. The property developer stays, Catherine stays, but you look at the combined capital now, $430,000, and you feel something you haven't in 4 years. Tired. Not of the work, of the weight of it. The permanent background hum of other people's money that follows you into every room. The way you can't eat dinner without checking your phone. The way you went to a wedding last autumn, Jay's wedding, and stood near the bar doing math in your head about a position you'd left open. You were there, you weren't there. You start reducing position sizes, not strategically, intuitively. You start sleeping past 7 a.m. One morning you wake up at 9:30 and the sky outside is already bright, and you lie there for a few minutes without opening your phone. That's new. You wind down the managed accounts properly. 6 months of notice, documentation, clean exits. Catherine asks if you're okay. "Yeah," you say, "just changing direction." "What will you do?" "You've been thinking about this." "Consulting, maybe. Teaching. Something with the knowledge that doesn't require you to carry the weight of other people's money in your chest like a stone." "Not sure yet," you say. She wishes you well. The property developer sends a short message. "Good working with you. Let me know if you start something new." You save the message. You don't reply yet. The last trade you place is small. Your own money. $250. Euro USD. No particular reason. Same pair as the first one years ago. You watch it for a while. It closes green. Up $7. You don't screenshot it. You close the platform. Sit in the quiet room. 6 monitors. You turn off 4 of them. The light changes. A few weeks later, you're in a coffee shop, somewhere ordinary, and the guy at the next table has his laptop open. Charts, Euro USD. He's leaning forward the way you remember leaning forward, watching a position. He refreshes the screen.
looks at it for a long time, refreshes again. You recognize everything about him. You order another coffee. You say nothing. The chart moves whether you watch it or not.